In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on November 11, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. UAB versus Navy. Entering the 2023 season with high hopes and anticipation, the UAB Blazers have showcased glimpses of offensive brilliance but struggled to maintain consistency as a team. Now standing at 2-6, they aim to finish the season on a strong note and reach the .500 mark. Their opponents in this matchup are the Navy Midshipmen, facing similar challenges with a formidable defense but uncertainties at the quarterback position. This sets the stage for an intriguing contest between 2 American Athletic Conference rivals. In their initial 8 games, the Blazers experienced a tough stretch, scoring an average of 29 points per game with 31 touchdowns. Displaying a balanced attack, they recorded 14 passing touchdowns, averaging 278.9 passing yards per game, and 17 rushing scores, averaging 152.9 yards per game on the ground. In their recent showdown against Florida Atlantic, UAB secured a 45-42 victory after establishing a 28-14 halftime lead. Jacob Zeno delivered an impressive performance with 484 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, and a pick. Jermaine Brown contributed 69 yards from 22 carries, while Tejon Palmer amassed 179 yards and a touchdown on 9 catches. On the Navy side, they faced early season struggles with a 3-4 record through 7 outings, scoring an average of 18 points per game with 17 total touchdowns. Their offense demonstrated challenges, averaging 99.7 passing yards and 205.1 rushing yards per game. In their recent matchup against Temple, Navy found themselves trailing 17-0 at halftime, ultimately losing 32-18. Xavier Arline managed 124 passing yards with a touchdown and led the rushing attack with 97 yards and a score on 30 carries. Lee Heidenreich emerged as the top receiver with 63 yards and a touchdown from 2 catches. Although both teams face challenges, the Blazers, particularly on the road, have struggled, losing to UTSA by 21, Tulane by 12, and Georgia Southern by 14. Their defense, allowing an average of 200 yards rushing per game, faces a tough test against Navy's option team, led by Arline or Lavatai. Navy's potential to control the ground game might be a significant advantage. Despite UAB entering as a slight road favorite, their unimpressive 0-4 away record raises doubts. The Midshipmen, standing 2-1 against unranked opponents at home, could capitalize on their defense's ability to force turnovers. So the Navy Midshipmen to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. While UAB has leaned towards high-scoring games, Navy has often trended towards the under due to their solid defense and inconsistent offense. Navy has gone under in 3 of their last 4 games, and despite a fluky performance against Temple, they recognize the importance of controlling the tempo, running the football effectively, and keeping the score down. Facing a UAB offense that has struggled in numerous games this season, especially against teams with above-average defensive metrics, this matchup may turn into a defensive battle. The Midshipmen, allowing over 30 points only twice this season, emphasize a controlled tempo. With their offense averaging just 18 points, a low-scoring affair is expected. Under the projected total stands is our full game total pick. Oklahoma State versus UCF. In this Saturday afternoon's anticipated Big 12 clash, the number 15 Oklahoma State Cowboys embark on a journey to face the Central Florida Knights on their home turf. Fresh off a monumental 27-24 victory against number 9 Oklahoma last week, the Cowboys bring a 5-game winning streak into this encounter, while the Knights secured a commendable 28-26 win on the road against Cincinnati. The Oklahoma State Cowboys, seeking to extend their winning streak, have demonstrated prowess both at home and on the road, winning 2 of their last 3 away games. Quarterback Alan Bowman boasts a completion rate of 58.7%, accumulating 1,914 yards, 8 touchdowns, touchdowns and 5 interceptions. The receiving duo of Rashad Owens and Brennan Presley has contributed significantly, amassing 860 yards and 6 touchdowns, complemented by 27 receptions from Jadon Bray. The ground game, led by Ollie Gordon II with 1,224 yards and 12 touchdowns, averages an impressive 180.1 yards per contest. Defensively, the Cowboys allow 24 points and 418.4 yards per game, with key contributors such as Nicholas Martin, Colin Oliver, and Cameron Epps. Meanwhile, the UCF Knights, seeking a crucial win after a challenging stretch, have split their last 4 home games. Quarterback John Reese Plumlee, completing 63.3% of his passes for 1,273 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions, looks to lead the Knights to victory. Receivers Javon Baker and Colb Hudson, with a combined 1,285 receiving yards and 9 touchdowns, provide offensive firepower. The ground game, spearheaded by R.J. Harvey with 876 yards and 9 touchdowns, averages an impressive 227.1 yards per contest. Defensively, UCF allows 29 points and 414.6 yards per game, with notable contributions from Jason Johnson, Tremon Morris-Brash, and Corey Thornton. The matchup promises an intriguing battle, with Oklahoma State's offense aiming to exploit UCF's defensive vulnerabilities against the run. The Knights' challenge lies in converting red zone opportunities efficiently, an area where the Cowboys' defense has excelled. The overall strength of the Cowboys, coupled with their recent momentum, positions them as favorites, especially considering UCF's struggles in their new conference. While traditionally a strong home team, UCF faces defensive concerns this season, ranking 104th in total defense and 102nd in scoring defense. The potent Oklahoma State offense, currently on a trend of covering spreads, appears poised to capitalize on UCF's defensive struggles. Despite the potential for a letdown after the emotional win against Oklahoma, the Cowboys have the tools to secure a double-digit victory, so the Oklahoma State Cowboys to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Oklahoma State, averaging 450 yards and 31 points per game, and UCF, with nearly 500 yards and about 33 points per game, set the stage for an offensive showcase. With both defenses allowing over 400 yards and approximately 30 points per game, the likelihood of a defensive struggle remains minimal. Expect quarterbacks from both sides, complemented by dynamic ground games, to drive the scoring. The clash promises an offensive spectacle. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. San Diego State versus Colorado State. The San Diego State Aztecs find themselves in a challenging phase, grappling with a 2-game losing streak, the most recent being a heart-wrenching 32-24 double overtime defeat at home against the Utah State Aggies. Senior quarterback Jalen Mayden showcased resilience, completing 5 of 9 passes for 265 yards, contributing 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. On the other side, the Colorado State Rams are also navigating a tough stretch, enduring a 3-game losing streak, culminating in a 24-15 road loss to the Wyoming Cowboys. Freshman quarterback Braden Fowler Nicolosi displayed a decent performance, going 2-4 of 42 for 220 yards, securing 2 touchdowns, but also grappling with 2 interceptions. The Aztecs faced significant offensive challenges in their initial 8 games, managing only 20 points per game and accumulating 18 total touchdowns, resulting in a 3-5 record. Particularly struggling in the passing game, they averaged a modest 170.5 yards per game, securing 6 touchdowns and succumbing to 7 interceptions. Conversely, the Aztecs demonstrated strength on the ground, averaging 4 yards per carry with 11 rush scores. In their recent matchup against Utah State, despite a spirited effort with 10 points in the 4th quarter to force overtime, the Aztecs fell short, ultimately losing 32-24. Quarterback Jalen Mayden amassing 265 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception, while Kenan Kristen and Lucky Sutton made significant offensive contributions. On the Rams front, they've experienced glimpses of success amid an overall challenging season. Despite averaging a respectable 26 points per game with 30 scores, the Rams faced difficulties on the ground, managing only 2 points 82.9 yards per carry and 72.7 yards per game with 6 rush scores. In their recent outing against Wyoming, trailing 24-7 by the fourth quarter, the Rams concluded with a 24-15 loss. Quarterback Braden Fowler Nicolosi recorded 220 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, with Torrey Horton leading in receptions with 7 catches for 58 yards. The Rams, displaying promise in their recent home games with 2 wins in their last 3, boast an offensive unit scoring over 26 points per game. Their potent passing attack, ranked 9th in the country, poses a challenge to a San Diego State team that has struggled against the pass, yielding over 300 passing yards per game on the road. The Aztecs, on a 2-game losing streak, face offensive struggles, scoring less than 15 points in 2 of their 3 road games. With an average offensive performance and a limited passing game, the Rams can focus on stopping the Aztecs' run, maintaining defensive control. Recent defensive statistics reveal a contrast, with the Aztecs conceding 30 points per game and the Rams allowing 27 points per game over the last 4 matchups. Fowler Nicolosi's effective connection with Horton becomes a key strength for the Rams, and Maiden's reluctance to throw downfield could play into the Rams' defensive strategy. Both teams seek their second conference win, but Colorado State appears to hold an edge, having been competitive in recent games against formidable opponents. So the Colorado State Rams to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. In terms of scoring, the Aztecs average 20 points per game, holding steady at 20 points per game on the road. Their recent scoring average against the Rams stands at 28 points per game. Facing a Colorado State defense allowing 37 points per game at home, the Aztecs are likely to surpass their average in this matchup. The Rams, averaging 26 points per game and 23 points per game at home, have recorded an average of 30 points per game in their last 3 encounters against the Aztecs. Historical trends indicate scoring above the projected total, with 3 of the last 4 meetings surpassing expectations. Given San Diego State's defensive vulnerability on the road, the Rams are poised to score sufficiently, pushing the total over. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. You would like analyzed, subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.